Alright, we're with the same file, chapter 3, mid-2 zoo. I'm going to do a couple charts that you should not do, common mistakes that people do with charting. So it's better probably just to watch this, not do it yourself, don't get into bad habits. But what happens a lot of times is people graph too much. Because here, if I wanted to graph these, again, parts of my petting zoo, these 4 parts, over these years, but some people make the mistake of including totals. And then when if I create my clustered column graph again, this is completely wrong because it has the 4 years down below plus also the totals. So you're graphing the same data twice. It makes no sense at all. I might want to individually, I might want to do the individual years and another chart do totals, but never at the same time, because basically this is the addition of all these years. Makes no sense. So one delete on the keyboard wipes it out. Another common mistake, people highlight the years, the 4 parts of our petting zoo, and the totals too, and create this clustered column. And it's the same thing. It has the 4 parts of the petting zoo and the totals. It's again redundant. You're graphing the same numbers twice. So again, avoid this at all cost. I'm just going to delete this out. Another common mistake with the pie graph, I want to highlight these 4 parts of my petting zoo, and then the 4 totals here. What happens though, sometimes people use the control key and they click on individual cells, and then when I create my pie graph we get the famous nothing. It's because I highlight these 4 and then control clicked individual cells. You have to control click and drag down, highlight those 4 cells at one time. It's going to delete this out. Another thing that happens a lot is I highlight these 4 labels, and then with the control key I drag down and highlight 5 values here. Again, 4 labels here, 5 values on this column. It doesn't work out that well. Let's see what happens. Make my pie graph, and again you get nothing except for a little part of the legend here. Again, delete it out. To do it correctly, highlight those 4, hold the control key down, highlight these 4 values. That's all I want to do, and then do my pie graph. You see that some of the more intelligent students get very frustrated creating charts when it comes to the test. Very easy to do, just make sure you graph the correct data. And here, if I want to change the background color of this nice pie chart now, I can right click on it, format axis, all kinds of colors you want. Let's find something really ugly. There we go. If I want to select just one pie slice and change the color of it, I click once, and basically this time it has a whole pie selected. When you click on a graphic object, click once, selects the whole object. I have to click a second time, and now notice the handlers are just on this barnyard slice. I can pull it out a little bit, or I can again format this and give this a particular fill color, make it stand out. Maybe draw an arrow to it. You see a lot of this with charts. People are annotating their charts, giving more information. So I'm just going to do a quick text box. And what are we going to say here? This is our best performer. And then I could draw a little arrow, insert my shapes, choose my arrow tool, and draw a little arrow to the slice. Make my arrow a little thicker. Maybe change the color of it. Make my arrow line up nicely. Fun. So, quick thing with charts. Easy to mess up, easy to do. So it takes a little practice with charts. Try it out.